So when you think of MrBeast, what comes to mind? Probably chaos, right? Giving away islands, giant stacks of cash, stunts so insane they literally break the internet. But what if I told you that behind all that spectacle is one of the most meticulously designed business machines of our time? Today, we're gonna pull back the curtain and look at that invisible empire. All right, let's just stop and think about this for a second, because it really is the central puzzle. Jimmy Donaldson, the guy we know as MrBeast, started out as this quiet, kind of shy, analytical kid who almost never even appeared on camera. So how does that guy become the face of YouTube and, you could argue, the biggest entertainer on the planet? Well, the answer isn't just luck, and it's not just about having bigger budgets. It's a system.
So yeah, on the surface, what you see is the extravagant generosity and the wild, chaotic stunts. But underneath all of that, that's where the real story is. It's a data-driven strategy. It's a set of scalable systems. It's this invisible architecture. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Okay, so to really get this, we've got to go all the way back to the beginning. See, his early days weren't just, let's make some fun videos. It was a relentless, almost obsessive mission to crack the YouTube code. And this became the foundation for literally everything that came after. And this right here, this is the key to everything. Before there was any money, before the fame, there was just this deep, analytical obsession. He wasn't just trying to get lucky with one viral hit. No, he was trying to understand the fundamental mechanics of virality itself. He wanted to know why things catch fire.
So you're probably wondering, how did he actually do that? Well, he basically developed this four-step blueprint. First, he would deconstruct thousands of viral videos. Studying them frame by frame. From there, he'd form a hypothesis, a theory, about what made them work. Was it the title, the thumbnail, the pacing in the first 30 seconds? Step 3 was just relentless A/B testing of every little variable. And finally, and this is the most important part, once he found a formula that worked, he would replicate it and scale it into a strategy he could use over and over again.
And that blueprint? That was the launchpad. It's what took him from being the solo analyst, just a guy in his bedroom, to the CEO of a full-blown media machine, a true content factory. And this quote, this says it all. It perfectly captures his entire philosophy. It's not about waiting for a great idea to strike like lightning. It's about building a system that can manufacture lightning consistently and at a scale nobody thought was possible. It's all about making creativity predictable. Okay, so what does this content machine actually look like on the inside? Well, it's built on 4 huge pillars. First, he has large, specialized teams for every single part of the process. Second, they use standardized processes for everything from coming up with ideas to filming and editing, so nothing is left to chance. Third, they have these constant data feedback loops. Every video teaches them something that makes the next one better. And finally, and this is crucial, nearly every dollar they make gets aggressively plowed right back into the budget for the next video, making each one bigger than the last.
So once you have this incredibly powerful content engine just churning out hits, what do you do next? Well, you expand. He used his massive digital audience not just as a bunch of viewers, but as the foundation to launch a whole portfolio of real-world businesses.
And just look at how diverse this empire has become. We think of him as a YouTuber, but that ad revenue from YouTube, it's huge, for sure, but it's just one slice of a much, much bigger pie. He's built massive brands like the snack company Feastables and the restaurant chain MrBeast Burger, and that's not even counting all the merch and huge brand partnerships.
This is where it gets really interesting. When you put his model side by side with old school media, you can see just how revolutionary it is. Old media? They have gatekeepers like networks and studios. MrBeast? He goes direct to consumer, straight to you. Old media has passive viewers. He has built an active, incredibly loyal community. And just look at the feedback loop. He gets instant data and can interact with his audience directly, while old media is stuck waiting for delayed ratings. It's just a faster, more agile, and fundamentally different game.
All right, this brings us to what might be the most brilliant part of the whole system, the philanthropy flywheel. This is the genius move where he took what should be a huge expense, giving away millions and millions of dollars, and turned it into the literal engine that powers his entire empire.
So get this, here's the core idea, and it's a game changer. In the MrBeast model, the giveaways aren't just charity. The philanthropy isn't a cost center. It's a strategic investment. It's his marketing, it's his content, and it's his brand builder, all rolled into one beautiful, self-reinforcing loop.
Okay, so let's walk through exactly how this flywheel works. It's a beautiful cycle. Step 1. He creates a massive philanthropic video, like helping 1,000 blind people see again. Step 2. The incredibly positive message of that video drives an insane amount of viral viewership. Step 3, all those views generate huge ad revenue, and at the same time, build incredible brand loyalty and goodwill. And finally, Step 4, those profits are poured right back into funding even bigger projects and his other businesses. Each step just fuels the next one, making the flywheel spin faster and faster.
And if you're wondering if this actually works, just look at the numbers. Over 225 million views on one video. That number isn't just a view count. That is a mountain of ad revenue, incredible brand exposure, and a huge cultural impact, all proving that doing good can be an absolutely amazing business strategy.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that we need to completely change how we think about him. He isn't just a YouTuber. He is the founder and CEO of a completely new kind of media conglomerate, one that's built on a foundation of data, systems, and a totally revolutionary business model.
Which of course leaves us with one massive, forward-looking question. We've seen the architecture, we've seen the power of this new model. So is this the blueprint? Is the creator-led, direct-to-audience empire, built on a loyal community, the future of all media? That's definitely something to think about.